can you just introduce yourself to our audience, please?
Yeah, my name is Sahara Smith.
And the band is?
The band is fabulous. The band is Jake Owen on guitar, and Will Sexton on guitar and bass, and Mike Meadows on the drums.
And how long have you all been together as a unit?
Well, Jake and I have been playing together for about 5 years, and Mike and Will have been playing with us since December, I guess.
Now, you are originally from Texas, Austin,
Texas.
Texas. There's a lot of music that goes on there.
Yeah, absolutely.
What were some of your inspirations to get into music?
Gosh, well, I mean, I kind of grew up in a town about an hour south of Austin, and it just has this really nurturing music community there. So I was definitely encouraged a lot at a pretty young age to write and to sing. But I started writing folk music after my mom played me Simon and Garfunkel's Concert in Central Park album, and I just kind of realized that was the type of music that I should be writing. So that was definitely an early inspiration that led me to a lot of other artists that I really admire.
Now, do you find your music that you write more about like love lost, or something different altogether?
I think a lot of it does come out in the form of love songs, but it's not necessarily about love. Like, it's just kind of a useful metaphor for something else, for anything else, you know. You can write a happy love song when you're happy, and a sad love song when you're sad, and it translates.
Now, there's a lot of different avenues people can take to making it. Some people take the American Idol routes of things, and how do you feel about those situations? Like, would you ever find yourself on like a reality show to?
No,
No?
no, I don't think that's for me. But I mean, definitely some people have tremendous success that way.
Now, do you have any dream collaborations at all?
I would love to work with someone that was kind of outside of the realm of what I normally do. Like, I really love a lot of indie music, and I would love to do some collaborations with, gosh, I don't know, someone like, I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. Can you ask that question again?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, sorry.
No, that's fine.
Let me think of someone to say first.
Well, on to something else. A lot of times when people are on stage, they bring a certain style to it as well, clothing style. Do you have like is it like a full show? Like when we see you on stage, is there clothing choices and makeup choices, or is it just you and your voice?
Eventually, we're kind of trying to get to the point where we have sort of like a theme for, you know, what we wear on the stage. But right now, it's just us.
And how many albums do you?
Just one.
Just one. And are you always working on music, or do you like taking breaks, or is it just
I'm pretty much always writing something. Especially being on the road so much, you know, it's a great way to have something to do in the car. Is just pick up a pen and a piece of paper.
Now, is there a song on the radio or a song from the past that like you say to yourself that like, I wrote this song, you know, like it could be something like a song that like you would write, kind of thing?
I mean, there are definitely songs that I wish I had written. Like, I wish that I had written Lover's Lullaby by Townes Van Zandt. Oh gosh, anything by Leonard Cohen, basically. A song that I really loved from that Live in Central Park album was Slip, Slide, and Away.
Oh, nice.
Just the vignettes in it were really powerful to me. But, yeah, I kind of drift toward the folky side.
Is there a venue that you always wanted to play, or have you actually played it?
You know, it's this last tour that we've been on with Mark Cohn has been amazing because we've just played all of these incredible theaters that I'd never, you know, seen before. and really kind of my ideal venue is what we've been playing, exactly what we've been playing this whole run, which is really intimate theaters where people sit down and they can watch you, you know, comfortably and actually listen to what you're saying. It's been really nice.
Now, when I heard your music, the first thing I thought of was like, you know, ending credits of a movie. Like you just saw something, and then just like your song would be like the hit, you know. Would you want to do like soundtracky type things, or would you
Yeah.
want to keep it more?
I would absolutely like to do that. I mean, the music industry's changed so much that to have, you know, any large measure of success in it, you kind of have to figure out different ways of marketing your music, and certainly like TV and film and the internet are just, you know, the three like big tools for doing that right now. You know, radio.
Right.
But as far as making a living, that's kind of the trifecta.
Now, a lot of times, now that music has changed, it's a lot about the single. And sometimes when you listen to an album, it's like
Right.
single to single kind of thing. But do you like having a full story on an album, or do you kind of
Yeah.
goes all over the place?
I mean, you know, I would say that, you know, each song is kind of a story in and of itself, but the album, it's, you know, my first album, and so it stretched such a broad period of time. Like the earliest song was written when I was 13, and so
Right.
I was kind of in a different place for a lot of the different points in the album, but I think, you know, like I wouldn't single out a song as being, oh, this one represents me, you know. I think they all kind of go together to form a story of who I am.
So besides your voice, what other instruments do you play?
I try to play guitar. No, I play guitar during performances. I normally play guitar, but that's really about it. I played the clarinet in junior high band, and I try to play the piano, but I don't at all. So.
Now, when you're touring around, what's some places that we'll be seeing you in the near future, so we can get our tickets and.
We're going to be playing with Mark Cohn tomorrow night in Solana Beach,
Nice.
and then we're going back home for a couple months. Hopefully, we'll be going out to New York in December, and then we're hitting the road again in January. And we're still kind of lining up the dates there, but you can definitely go to my MySpace page, myspace.com/SaharaSmithMusic, and find out where we'll be.
Have you gone overseas
Not yet.
for touring? Is there a spot that you'd like to visit first?
All of it.
All of it?
Yeah,
All
no,
of it?
I'm anxious to just see and travel and explore. I went overseas once when I was in high school, and I just really wanted to do it again.
And when you're not on stage or singing, what are some things that you like to do?
Well, I mean, I just really love writing. I would say, you know, if I'm not, if I'm left up to my own devices for a long enough period of time with a guitar, then I'm writing a song. And I have a lot of really talented friends that are really inspirational, so we'll get together and play music. And, yeah, it's just really what I love to do.
A lot of people in Hollywood, like actors and actresses, try to get themselves into a music career, whether it's
Yeah.
like the, you know, Johnny Depps of the world, or
Yeah.
you know, Robert Pattinson, or Juliette Lewis and stuff like that.
Mhm.
Do you think that's like more of a gimmick, or like because you really have to have a love for the.
Yeah, you know, I think it kind of depends on the person. Like, there are certainly some actors and actresses that I've seen kind of transition into music careers when it's just kind of like, maybe stick to the acting thing, you know. And it was you know, they put out a CD and people come to see them, but just because of the name. And,
Right.
But there are some that are, you know, like really talented, and you're just kind of surprised. And it's a nice surprise when that happens.
Would you have an acting bug at any point?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You know, my mom was an actress, and I'm really shy, so it's, you know, I've never really pursued it, but I definitely enjoy it when I get a chance to.
And if they were going to do a biopic, like a Walk the Line or something like that,
Mm-hmm.
would you want to ever play somebody? Because you have the voice already, so like you can.
I think that'd be really fun.
Anyone in particular, or just kind of?
Can't really think of anyone off the top of my head, but probably not Janis Joplin. I don't think I could carry that.
What's been some of the crazy fun moments of touring, like when you're off the stage? Like, do you like joke around a lot, like, and just try to like punk each other, kind of like off stage or anything like that? Is there any fun?
They're laughing back there. Yeah, we do all the time. No, we have a lot of fun on the road with each other. Where they're still laughing. We tease each other and give each other a hard time a lot, but we have a blast.
Is there anything off limits to not tease about, or it's no holds barred?
Yeah. Not that we found yet.
And now with all this, you know, happening, how do you stay grounded when success brings you here? You know, so like how will you maintain being grounded when you're doing the Rolling Stone interviews?
Well, if I ever get there, I mean, so far on the tour, we've been really fortunate in that we get to go home a lot and spend a lot of time with our friends and family. And that's really helped to kind of give us a sense of place and a sense of stability, and instead of just kind of feeling driftless. But yeah, I mean, you know, I think that there's always a way to improve. You know, no matter how good you are, there's always somewhere else that you can go. If it's not better where you are, then it's better in a different direction. And I just think that chasing that is a good way. It's kind of keeping focused on who you are, your place.
Now, for the holidays coming up, are you more of the gift giver, or are you like getting?
Oh,
gifts?
I've been. We had a hotel in Chinatown in San Francisco, and I went like bought all of my Christmas gifts already, and I'm just kind of collecting stuff along the way to give to my family. But, yeah, I really enjoy giving people presents. And every time I go out on the road, I have little things that I bring back for each person that I meet.
Have you had any certain fans that have like really done something special on tour, given you anything while you've been on tour that you've always remembered and you said, oh wow, like a keepsake or anything?
Not really, no. You know, so far on tour, people are still, you know, really in the beginning of kind of hearing about my music and hearing me. So most of the people that we encounter on the road are people that are hearing us for the first time, which is really exciting. And I'll always remember, you know, those reactions. But yeah, it's been really great to kind of just have people come up to you after a show who've never heard you and congratulate you and buy your CD. It was really good.
And then you mentioned that one of your songs was 4 years ago that you made it, and a lot of times bands, you know, like 20 years ago they had a song and they're still playing it, kind of thing.
Yeah.
I always wonder how, like, would you change things around or always play it the way it was meant to be played?
You know, I don't know. I think there's something to be said for doing both. You know, for my own sake, I would probably want to change it around, but you know, people love having songs that are familiar to them and that they can sing along to and know all the words, and I think think that that's really important in establishing a connection with people, is having that thread run through.
And when people see you, what should people know beforehand? When they're seeing you for the first time, maybe here or hearing about you now, what would you want people to know about you and your band that they might not know?
Well, I get asked a lot after shows if, like, who wrote my songs, something, and so I wrote my songs.
Right.
I guess, knowing that kind of makes it a little bit more intimate, because they're songs that are unfamiliar anyway. So if they're
Right.
unfamiliar and they're not mine, then it's just kind of lost.